Hi guys. I didn't bring my stand with me, so unfortunately I can't hold the signal for infinitely long vlog. But I wanted to let you know it's still freezing outside for one thing. But the sun's shining. And so that's a good thing. It's the sun shining. I'm gonna go get my refills of my prescriptions today at the pharmacy, so I'll pick those up. But I wanted to talk to you guys. R11 wanted me to talk to you about my opinion about the documentary and what I've seen and what I know about the gentleman behind the camera. I'm looking forward to seeing the documentary. I really am. I wanted to. I've seen some of the clips during the editing stage. I know his original goal was to keep it under an hour, which turned out to be for him a Herculean task because there was so much footage to cover. And that's the truth. It's not short. It is long. It was he originally was 2 hours, and anybody who has ever done anything like this could tell you that you kind of seriously wonder what you should keep and what you should throw away. I hope that he didn't throw away all the good juicy bits that clearly give me a dynamic three-dimensional view. As you see, a lot of people don't really know me, the person. They just know me as the face on YouTube. So for that reason, the documentary is going to be important because it's going to give you a chance to know me. I mean, in a way that's more concise and condensed, like a condensed Reader's Digest book. In other words, here's some stories for you in a condensed format that you can share and read, or in this case, a video you can watch. You could say it's like an anthology of which usually is like a group of books. Well, in this case, a book of books. That's what an anthology is. But anyway, it also gives you a quick rundown of what my life is, what I do, why I am the way I am, things I think about, and things like that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm looking forward to that. Now, by the way, you're wondering why I'm doing a vlog and not a live stream about it, is because, well, for one thing, we don't do live streams anymore on Wednesday. So, I did tell him that I would be willing to do a special with him if he wanted to do it on Wednesday. And I explained that the reason we don't do them on Wednesday anymore is because majority of my audience is a European and UK audience. And we do have some Americans, of course, in the audience as well. And the thing is that they actually enjoy it and appreciate the fact that I take the time to reach out to them and the time slots that are compatible with their schedules. Whereas if we had everything on American time, we used to do it at 7 o'clock, which was great for me and you, but it was terrible for everybody else. So, and then of course when the change in my channel, of course, the new program schedule basically was totally incompatible with everything else. Because number one, the people on Wednesdays, the channel dried up. And the second thing is that, as I said, majority of my audience was from Europe, and they couldn't make the 7 o'clock at night shows because it'd be like midnight, or later it'd be the next day, and they'd have to go to work. So it was easier to just kind of just go ahead and do something different. But the other thing is, of course, is that when the show was having an identity crisis. It turns out that 7 o'clock was like a colossal train wreck because it was when all the troublemakers would be on, calling the phone and creating mayhem. And that was the other reason we changed the schedule, because we noticed that we were doing better at 2 o'clock. So it seemed like Wednesday was just like the odd man out. It didn't seem to fit into the normal flow of the week. You remember when things have people with Asperger's, of course, we don't like change. So obviously that was one of the last of the week 7 o'clock shows. So anyway, let me get back to the main topic. So I told him that I would cover the documentary as far as my opinion goes, and let you know that I was, of course, very excited to be part of the program, the filming, the scenes that you're going to see, the things that fleshes me out quite a bit. You get a chance to see the person behind the scenes, the person you don't see much of outside of YouTube, unless of course you know me in person, and then you know me, and then you see me. And even then, there are people in Winston who don't really know nothing about me either. So for those people, the documentary would also be a godsend. It would give them something to read and watch and get to know me. And I can tell you I appreciate the dedication and the work that was put in to make this documentary a practical one. And of course, he spent a lot of money on equipment and supplies to make it happen. Trust me, the computer he bought was one of the bigger expenses for the documentary for him. He also, of course, said that he would, enjoy the fact that he had a chance to meet new people. And so the cost for him, he can, amortize over a period of years, since now he's got a better setup for doing more videos and more documentaries in the future. And that's the truth. And so I thank R11H30 for taking the time to do the documentary and coming out there and coming to my area and spending those very hot August days filming in a studio with very hot studio lights, which I had to turn the air conditioner off, window fan off, because he said that he didn't want to have any of the window fan noise in the video. So we turned the window fan off, and of course he bought this little tiny LED taillight studio lamp that was causing my eyes to really hurt. So I said, since we're already here, why don't we just use my studio lights, because they're already set up to go, and I just plugged them in, and of course 600 watts of incandescent goodness came flying in the room, and it's already about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 32 degrees, 33 degrees Celsius. And it was hot, it was steamy, the windows were closed because he wanted to make sure to keep the traffic noise to a minimum, which made it even more impressive. It was already a hot day. I think it would probably been better to actually shot that video outside. We did actually the next day. We went to a place called Soldier's Monument, and we did it outside. A place I haven't been in since I was in high school. So it was really interesting to see that, about how the documentary was built and created. His opinion of the pizza pie, I gotta tell you, I told him this. I said, I don't know anything about this Pizza Palace place. I said that the thing was, it's just small, and that is like a small, personal pizza. It's a little bigger than some of the singles you can buy in the frozen, but it was. Well, I guess it was good enough for a test, right? It's true. It was good enough for a test. Anyway, the point was is that was a fun time. Um, and then of course when we ran back to the hotel room, we were soaking wet. Everybody knew that, right? It was dripping. It was like water. It was coming down like in buckets, like a river from the sky. I tell them that when we were going back to do an interview in this hotel room, I said, looking at the sky, I said, "Ooh, we're in for one, aren't we?" And you get poured on. Like someone took a picture and dumped it over your head. That's how hard it rained. Fortunately enough, we were okay for the Soldiers Monument segment, which was fine. Because, like I said, haven't been up there in Soldiers Monument since high school. So it was nice to go up there and see how much it has changed since my high school years. Unfortunately, when I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones with video cameras, so I could have, and I didn't have one anyway. But if I did, and you saw what it looked like back in the 1987, 86, you would think it would be, you would think it was a dump. Seriously, it really did look kind of like a neglected park that basically was like, the only thing good was that they were mowing the grass. It's true. They didn't have half the stuff that you'll see in the park. They didn't have the. I talked about some of the things that I remember in the park versus what they did. Here's an interesting twist. You saw that giant planter lake thing that was behind me. Well, there used to be a water fountain. But then when I was in school, it never worked. And it hadn't worked since the 1970s. And so, I guess the Parks and Recreation decided, screw it, we never worked anyway, so let's just get rid of the fountain. And since it was nice, beautiful masonry, let's just fill it with plants. And that's what they did. They put plants in there. Well, anyway, that's the truth of everything that was happening at Soldiers Monument. Like I said, I spent many, many years there as a teenager. I guess that's about it. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this short little vlog. It's very cold outside. Even now, it's like minus 11 degrees Celsius outside. It's warming up. I gotta go get my refills today in the pharmacy, as I said earlier. And so I'm gonna be running around real quick after lunch to get some refills and take care of that. And at least the sun's out, so it should warm me up a little bit. We may have some snow coming up in a couple days, but nothing heavy at this point. Just, like maybe after the weekend coming up. So we'll have to play it by ear and see what happens. And in a couple days, the temperature is actually going to be about pretty warm. It's going to be in the 40s, maybe even 50s. Should be interesting. Alright guys, for the time being, thanks for watching this. Stay out of trouble, okay? And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.